Sure. Okay. Hold on, Lisa. Already started live.
Running low and slow, that's the thought away. Moonshine on the swamp, night and day. Uncle Moonshine with his secret brew under the cypress where the fire burns blue.
Why didn't it go live? Well, it said it was live. So. All right, Lisa, bear with me, sweetie. Coming. Not to mention, I've got everything in the world open and slowing this thing down. One fun. I'm sorry, everybody. There it goes. What's up, right? Can't even hear it. It shows me. What the hell? It's supposed to be live.
I don't see you yet.
I see it. I see people watching. Apple Ride just popped in. Hello, guys and gals. By Apple Ride. Oh, it's showing it on Facebook over here. That's weird. Oh, because it's Cassie's.
Ah.
Oh. I don't know what I did. How you doing tonight, Lisa?
Woohoo. Man, it's hot.
Yeah. It was funny. I went on the Collective last night before I went to bed. They were talking how hot it was. I was like, it feels kind of comfortable here today. So I looked at the temperature. I looked at the weather on my phone. It was 77 degrees here. I was like, what the hell? That's weird. He was telling me some guy in Wisconsin he was talking to today, or that was yesterday, I guess, was like 91. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, we were 89 or so, I think, today.
That was crazy. I just knew I was on the wrong. I thought maybe it was Maggie Valley or something because I was looking at the weather in Maggie Valley or something. I looked at, no, it's Orlando, 77. I was like, what the fuck? Well, I was in the, I got this one of these cheap ass clocks out here in the shed, and runs on battery. And I was looking at the clock. Well, right now it's 8 o'clock. I got time. I was downloading some of those herbs you sent me, so I can show them on here. And then I looked at my computer clock. I was like, well, shit, I'm late.
I was gabbing with Tom and on there. And I was waiting for your message to come in. I was gabbing with him.
Right, Daddy says it's 94 here in West Virginia. I think it was like, I don't know what it is up there. Oh, look, it's hot. I think when I got home it was 93. When I said on the radio, to expect less rain. The next couple of days we're going to have less rain. And the heat index is going to get 105 for a couple of days. Like, God damn, I'm not looking forward to that.
No, I bet. We're supposed to get some rain. All my flowers out there that were in pots were starting to wilt, so I had to water them halfway through the day today.
I have to tell you, those pictures, those flowers you sent me, we're going to show them here in a little bit. Those are phenomenal. I was like, good God, those are awesome.
They're pretty.
You're doing a great job.
Tim will buy them on the kill rack at like Walmart and Home Depot and all them places. And he'll bring them home and I'll bring them back to life. And we plant them.
You've got a great job, I'm telling you.
They only, it's like a burner. You know, they only want a couple things, you know, they want to be fed and watered and get the right sun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, you're doing it right, honey. I'm telling you, you're doing an absolutely great job. Robin Son's here. So it's showing YouTube and Facebook on this comment going through Cassie's feed. I like that. She set me up right on that. That's cool. I don't have to. That's cool. I like it.
There
I have
you
to take them later.
Yes. Yep.
Well, I don't know whether to start right in with your flower stuff or me talking about an issue that needs to be addressed.
Get it over with,
So,
I guess.
yeah, it's been weighing on me, and I just want to clear the air. And this whole thing with Randy, Hydro Man, as you guys might know him as, all I can say is I hope the best for him. I really do, because he's out there. And I don't know if it's his meds he's taking or it's the brain injury or what. He's claiming I stole this idea from him. I've had this idea for quite some time. And I've said it over and over. I'm working on some things. I told you all several times I got some things in the works, and that was one of them. The other one of the things is, and I've already told you everybody that one after I brought out the barbecue, I told you I was working on a rub or to go with the barbecue. Well, last month, I don't remember exactly when, it was about a month ago, I went to go visit Randy. And we're sitting there out in his garage, and he's showing me this, and he's just going 100 miles an hour. And I'm like, Randy, calm down, dude. I can hardly understand what you're trying to say. And as we're talking, every time I go out there, I stop at the Subway and get us both a sub. Well, for his mom, too. One for me, one for him, one for his mom. We just got done eating, and we're sitting there talking, and I look over, and I saw his mason jar with the copper straw in it, with the coil. And it just caught me off guard. I was like, did I go run in my mouth at some point when I come out to see Randy? I get to drink it out of my mouth. And it set me back for a minute. I was like, he didn't steal my idea, did he? And I had to think about it. So I stopped, and I said, I started to question about it. And he saw me look. He grabs it, goes, yeah, that's pretty cool, ain't it? Me and Jay Newsom were working on this project. And he hands it to me. I look at it, and I'm thinking, dude, what the fuck? And I started to say something then, and he went in a bunch of stuff, just started going off. And, hey, Chip. And I try to get a word in edgewise to talk to him about it and find out where did this come from? Did you get this off of me or what? And he was going into something, and I said, Reed, stop. You're talking about three different issues at the same time, and I can't understand what you're trying to say. And he does one of these. He puts his hand in his face, and he just sits there for a second, come out like he's pissed or something. And I'm like, are you okay? He goes, yeah, I just got to get this off my chest. If I don't say it now, I said, well, I'm trying to tell you something. Well, if I don't say it right now, I won't be able to say it. I'll forget what I'm trying to say. So he went into something, I don't even remember what it was. And he told me about it, and then that led into something else. And then I had forgotten to ask him about the jar. And I was on my way home. Well, let me back up a little bit. So it just kept going about how he just kept going on. And it got to a point where I was like, Randy, I'm sorry, dude. You're confusing the shit out of me. You're killing my brain. I'm just lost. And I don't know what to think. You just overload my brain. I got to go home. And so I went home. The whole drive home was like a 3-hour drive. I'm thinking, he didn't steal that idea from me. I never did get the chance to ask him or confront him and talk about it. Because the gibber just went everywhere. And I was like,
10,000.
so the more I thought about it, I was like, well, I don't think he would do that to me. And two people could have the same idea. And what he came up with was different than what I had. I mean, it was a copper coil in the jar, but the jar, the design, all that was a little different. I should say a lot different, actually. The lid was like a sponge lid that fit over the whole top of the jar. And it was just different. And the more I thought about it, I was like, give the guy the benefit of the doubt. You guys both have the same idea. He you've been working on this for a while. Don't let it stop you. Just do what you're doing. So I did. And then as soon as it came out, this guy exploded, freaking out. You stole the idea from me. I'm trying to tell.
Oh no.
He called me the day after the 4th, ranting and raving, and just wouldn't stop. He just kept going. Randy, I'll let you talk. Let me talk. So he did, and then he interrupted me several times, called me a cheap ass and just all kinds of names. You should be ashamed of yourself, blah, blah, blah. I was trying to explain to him then what had happened, and I was trying to explain to him that I tried to talk to you when I was out at your house last time, and you showed that to me. But he hung up on me, blocked my number, and blocked me, and dropped out of the group, and all kinds of shit. But wouldn't even give me a chance to explain anything. I was like, whatever. I really highly hope for the best of the guy. I really do. He's a good guy, he really is, and he means well, and I know he does. Like I said, I don't know if it's the meds or what, but oh Lord, but at this point,
People are gonna buy those things from who they're gonna buy from. You know,
right.
I remember Steve Watson. He makes them little jugs. Somebody else came out with a
Somebody else
jug.
started making them right.
This big thing. You know, her friends are gonna buy from her. His friends are gonna buy from him. It all depends on who you know, and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, he's saying. Well, he blocked me. Some friends sent me some snap. You know, they did the snap thing. He sent me things that he was saying, and I blocked him as well. I don't want to hear all the gibberish.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yes, fuck up. And that was what I meant. It was the other night when we were live. Randy said something about that on the shit show. That's why I said he needs to shut the fuck up and listen. Because if he had shut the fuck up, I could have told him what I was doing a month ago. That's exactly what I mean. Just shut the fuck up a minute and listen to what people are saying, dude. I told him that when I was at his house. I said, dude, you just need to shut the fuck up just for a minute and listen. Dude, you get back halfway into the sentence, he's right at it again. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
You're right, Lisa. And it is what it is. And he's threatening to sue me, and he's got a patent on it, and blah, blah, blah. Well, sue me. Whatever. Whatever. It was wearing on me for a while, mainly because Randy was a friend of mine, and for him to go off like that and say things like he's been saying, that really bothered me.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
He even made a comment that, you know, I would have thought you'd have called me first. Dude, I tried to talk to you in person and couldn't. Friends don't do things like that. They don't text each other. They're men. They stand up like men and call on the phone. Wait, I heard that somewhere before. Won't go into that. But, and then he went into about this, what was said about the white noise thing. I guess Frey not who's watching. Frey said something to God, I can't think of the guy's name. John Miller. Asked him, says, do you have white noise syndrome or whatever it's called? Because that sounds like somebody else we know has.
Mm-hmm.
And it struck me as funny because sometimes Randy just goes off on these rants and I don't understand what he's saying, so I laugh. And he went on about that. Oh, you're laughing at me. No, it's like laughing at a retard. I'm like, oh my God, Randy, you're blowing this shit way out of proportion, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear the air. I did not steal anything from anybody. I would not do that. But it is what it is.
God.
I know, right?
It's that
yeah,
can't talk like, humans and, just accept it. You want your friends to get ahead, you just I'll sell mine, you sell yours. We're going to go our separate ways, and that's how
the whole thing was it bothered me the most. I tried to talk to him, find out, dude, Are you stealing my idea, or is this something you and Jay Newsom came up with, or because I had the same idea, and I even told him that then, and he just kept going. Blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, let me talk. How you doing, Shadow?
Edgewise. Get a word in edgewise.
I couldn't, and I even told him that when I left. I said, dude, it's just too much for my brain. It's just too much. I got to go home.
Yeah.
You're killing my brain right now. I told him that before I left. He's looking at me like, what do you mean? We thought, I was like, dude, I just got to go home.
He moves at 10,000. He multitasks constantly. And his
brain does not stop. Yeah. He just goes and goes and goes. It's like, dude, I've been there. I'm guilty of the same thing.
Yeah.
And there's times you just got to stop, take a breath, and go, okay, wait a minute. Let me focus on the most important thing. But it is what it is, y'all. And I just wanted to clear the air and let everybody know, because I know y'all been seeing things and hearing things.
Yeah,
I just want to keep the air on it. And plus, I was hoping, but the final product's not coming until Wednesday. Can't wait to show y'all. It's really cool. Charlene made them for me. And that's the project I've been working on. I wanted to do a special design on these jars. I didn't want the jar I held up and showed. It's just plain old prototype. And that's what he had. And I had bigger ideas, and I thought maybe he was going to do the hydro dipping on his or something. I don't know. But I didn't even have a chance to talk to him about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully it blows over and ends up being something you guys, talk about at a later date when it's cooler,
I hope so.
And he can be,
He's a good guy. He really is a good guy.
Yeah.
He just takes things and blows shit way out of proportion, and it's like, oh my God.
It's the running on fast forward,
Yeah.
And not thinking before you say, because, people that, I don't know, I do that sometimes. I speak before I think about it, but I'm just, mine comes from honest, because I don't have to watch my words around anyone. I say what I think, and so when I come out honest, sometimes I judge myself, but.
And the older you get, the more that prevails. I mean, it's like, I'm going to say what I have to say.
Yeah.
And I do that at work. It gets me in trouble sometimes at work.
I don't understand how nasty it gets. It's not the first round of this, not with you, but the round of it. And it just
goes up again today.
I don't like that, I don't like the nasty of it.
I don't either, Lisa. It's tough at times. It's tough when, at some point in a time you're good friends, and then something comes up and you're no longer friends with the speak, and you talk nasty about each other, and it's like, no.
Yeah. I don't like that. I mean, secrets are safe once they're, but to be nasty to somebody, I don't get it. I don't like that. I'm more of a facts and receipts person.
You're right. Hey, Tim Ferguson.
Hey.
But yeah, so let's get into the show. Let's get into Lisa's flower garden. Oh my God, you guys. I'm going to turn my light off just so I'm not so hazy.
It doesn't look bad. I think I'm either getting used to it, maybe.
I think you're getting used to it, Lisa. It buzzed the hell out of me. There. See there? Crystal clear face, Yeah, I got dark shadows behind me, but
Yeah. No, I don't think it looks so bad. Maybe just on your thing, it looks bad. What does everybody else think? Is it horrible?
Is it better this way or with the light on? We're waiting for the comments to tell us which is best. Because for me, it's best this way. I don't look like in a big old fog or something.
I don't think
it's so what I'm doing either. I reach around. Where's my drink? Where's my cigarettes? What's up, David Gantz?
Hey, dude. Nope. Today I made that earache oil.
Yes, I didn't have time to download that. In fact, I only was able to download like 3 or 4 of the herbs that you sent me. But I'll try to do that as we go. In fact, I probably should turn the light on so I can see what the hell I'm doing.
Some people probably see them. I've posted a lot of pictures on my
Oh, really? Okay.
wall and
Well,
stuff.
I was
Some
wanting to
people
post
have already seen them.
I was wanting to post them anyway, and then you could talk about them and talk about the medicinal purposes and all that. And some of them I know, some of them I don't know, some I can't remember, some of them I'm sitting here rubbing my eyes going, fuck, I'm tired, I can't think. So hold on.
Yeah.
Right. Ryan says it's okay either way. Someone turn my light on so I can see what I'm doing.
The oil I made today was an earache oil, and it's half.
We talked about that earlier or
Yep.
in the past. And Cassie still get these ear infections. She just got another one. So I'm all for it. I want to pass that along to her if I have to buy the herbs for her. You know what I mean?
Well, the next page in the book, if you have the same book, I think,
Yeah.
is for ear infections, and it uses witch hazel instead of oil.
Well, let me, okay. You talk about it. I'm going to see if I can upload it.
But
There was one of the last ones you sent me, wasn't it?
yeah, that was the
I'll have to
earache
send it
oil.
to the email.
And
There it is. Share. Well, I don't want to do
Yeah.
that.
that one is half a cup of oil, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, a quarter cup of mullein flowers, and I've been collecting them daily. I get like 7 or 8 of them a day. I've been collecting them every day.
Oh, wow.
And
That's crazy.
I got the quarter cup to make it, and it's 2 cloves of garlic cut right up fine. And I added calendula flowers to it because they're healing, and they're listed in the next page for the ear infection recipe, which is calendula oils and witch hazel. So
For those
that was
that are following along with that book that we've been sharing, right? The herbal. Which book is that in, Lisa?
Forgotten Apothecary.
Right.
I can grab it. It's right here.
What page is that on?
On page 156.
Okay. I'm not following along in the book right now. I'm trying to transfer that over so I can show it on here.
Oh, yep. But on the next page was one for an ear infection. And it gave calendula, so I knew calendula was all right to put in your ear. But they used witch hazel in that one.
Witch
Well,
hazel?
yeah, witch hazel and calendula was the earaches and infections. The one I made, it was to soothe irritation, inflammation, and infection.
Bear with me. I'm sorry, Lisa. I was trying to be prepared and I'm not.
Oh, that's all right.
Almost. And I'll show these pictures as soon as I get them transferred over.
But all you do is just heat it up, and you don't let it boil. But I turned my dial on the electric stove. I turned it on, and the little thing, the dot says the stovetop was on, but I had it right on low, just as low as it could go. And I left it like that for, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, and then I turned it just a little bit up, and you couldn't see it, boiling or moving or nothing. It just sat there warming. That's all it did for 2 hours.
Wow.
I just ran out and shut it off right at almost 8 o'clock. And,
I like the way I do my root beer. I don't boil it. I just let it heat for a couple hours.
Yeah. I can't remember how they put it in the book. how they said it.
Okay, we got the first one. Let me download it.
Gentle heat.
Go ahead. Sorry.
It said gentle heating. Heat the mixture over low heat, allowing it to infuse for 1 to 2 hours. Remember to stir to prevent burning. But it didn't get that hot. It didn't start, bubbling, toiling, and troubling or nothing. And
In witch's terms.
yeah, so I'll let that cool off and just strain it through a real tight sieve strainer.
I've got a couple of those. I want to. There's a couple more out there. It's all on Facebook that I want to buy. That are because I have a couple that are more like for coffee and tea.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they've gotten clogged up. And no matter how much I wash them or scrub them, it's like, oh my god, really?
I use coffee filters a lot.
Yeah, I had to do that the other day. I
Yeah.
do coffee. It takes longer, but you get everything out.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I'll put it through that tight sieve and then I'll put it through a coffee filter. And is it
That's
oil?
the main point. You want to get all that bad shit out. I'm going to go ahead and close my email now, so things work faster. Now that I'm downloaded stuff,
Yeah, some of the
then I go to
pictures I had sent
Go ahead.
were of the dehydrator too. Just this is how you do it, just
That's awesome that you're doing that. And that's potentially what I wanted to do. I wanted to show myself out foraging, how I clip them, how I dry them, how I make the teas, the tinctures, the whole 9 yards. So I'm really glad you did that, Lisa. That's awesome.
I figured it was something that, pretty much common sense. You just
Yeah.
lay it in. But it's kind of just what I'm picking right now, what's going on for me. You guys are probably ahead of me,
Yeah.
but that's what's going on for me.
No, I know.
I did the
I am so far behind.
I did the bee balm. I got some of that cut. Bunch of mullein, a bunch of plantain, the hibiscus flowers. Sage.
Now there's one picture I took. No, I don't think it was the hibiscus. What one was it? I can't remember what one. Oh, the echinacea. There's one picture I have of the echinacea. I don't think is in full bloom.
Nope, it isn't. It's the orange one, yeah.
So I was right. Okay. I was like, that looks an awful like echinacea, but it's not full bloom, so I'm not sure.
No, it takes a while. I have a white one and an orange one.
Yeah.
Last year I had a bunch of red,
The one,
but they're all none come up
I
this
think
year.
I think the one that I have a picture of is red.
Yep.
I think it's supposed to, or it's going to be red, or is that red now?
Yeah, orange. Because I have the orange one.
But, all right, computer.
And I have a bunch of seeds. I sent some to Tom and I tried them. And I had one plant come up out of 8. So
Oh, wow.
the germination rate isn't that great. And
So, something I've learned over the years, when you buy seeds, and it's important. Now, a lot of times if you buy seeds from like Home Depot or something like that, those things are so outdated.
yes.
And that's a lot of the problem is that, after so long, they're no longer any good.
Yeah. No, these are
And I've ran into that a lot.
these are seeds I collected, and
Okay.
because that I like to do that. It's another thing we wanted to cover on here was collecting seeds and naturally letting them dry on the stalk and how to find them and stuff, what they look like,
Absolutely.
because you'll never
Yeah,
have to
and
buy
some
them.
seeds, and it's also important on some seeds. It's important to get them with at a certain time too.
Yeah, let them naturally
Because
start.
wait too long, they're not good.
If you let them naturally start. But I mean, here I am with a germination of 1 of 8, so I can't say too much smartness on it. Most of the time
Oh,
I have good.
yeah.
I started all those pleurisy root, the butterfly weed, and every one of them came up. Every one of them, and
Nice.
they're a beautiful orange flower. And
Well,
the Indians,
I want to
the
step
Indians,
back just a second because I was able to download everything. So these are the ingredients that you had, right?
yep, yep,
Okay. And this is for the ear.
yep. The
And
inflammatory and out of that Forgotten Home apothecary.
so what? It doesn't give description of what is what and how much of.
No, there's 2 cloves of garlic, and there's 4 calendula flowers, and a 1/4 cup of mullein flowers, and half a cup, a little bit more than half a cup of olive oil,
Olive oil. Okay.
and then just
And then you put it in the pot, like you said earlier.
yeah,
You
chopped
just let it warm.
yeah, I chopped up the calendula too. I didn't throw them in whole. I chopped them up too, and threw them in for 2 hours, just a less than a simmer, just gentle heating, they said, and
Nice.
2 hours, and then you strain it. You put a
And then
couple
this,
drops in your ear. I have a couple friends that they're always sticking the keys in their ear, itching their ear, or inappropriate things, putting in their ears. And it's like,
driving down the road.
I
I'll be
wanted
driving
to try.
down the road, reach over for a pen in my console, and pull the cap off, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I always call it inappropriate things in your ear. So everybody that I've accused of that is going to get some ear stuff.
right.
But
Then,
just a couple drops.
I was able to download some of your flowers. I did this yesterday or the day before, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. And I'll let you explain what's what. Some of them I know, some of them I don't. But I'll let you explain. These flowers are just gorgeous.
That was the inside of one of the lilies, and I cut it up. I went in so close because the bugs have been eating it. You can see a little bit, and at the top they'd eaten a bunch of it. But I like the little center of it, and those were some that Tim got last year after Easter. They had them on sale at Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever he went. Got them for a couple bucks off the kill rack.
I need to move where you're at so I can get these deals. This is oh, I know the name. Don't tell me. I know the name. I know the name. I'm tired.
It begins with a C.
Yeah, Cora.
Yep. Coreopsis. Yep.
There you go. God damn it.
Yep. And that was in the kill rack too. The name of it is Jethro Tull. Coreopsis.
I love it.
The little petals are in a funnel shape. They curl right up around each, and make a little funnel.
So I wish I could enlarge that. Don't they? Aren't those petals? Aren't they like tubular?
Yes, those are.
Yes.
Yep.
There's another.
It's called
I thought that was
tick seed. Yeah, tick seed coreopsis is flat, and that came up from last year. That's a second year plant there.
The reason I remember this was because of the tubular petals on it. The tubular.
Yep.
Yeah, I love tubular flowers. And then when you have a flower like that blooms on it, like the petals are tubular, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they are. Somewhere I got a real close up of them. I took when they first started flowering, but I'm letting it go to seeds, so I'll be collecting seeds from that this year.
Give me some.
Yeah, I'll send you some of all my seeds that I have.
Awesome. The next one is the one that I was in question with, and I know what it is now. So.
Yep, that's that echinacea, and that's really good. They say the root, but a lot of people do use the flowers and leaves and stuff. But the root was what I always grew up knowing that you used, and you'd have to have an awful lot of them if you're going to tear up the root, because that's how they spread. So, but
Yeah.
they're, in all the flu and cold remedies is echinacea.
And
And
echinacea also helps fight or ward them off so you don't get the cold or flu. So if you take it on a regular basis, your chances, because I used to do that all the time, and I used to never get sick. I never got sick. And I used to take echinacea all the time. My wife would get sick. How do you got to get sick? I got sick. You should be getting sick too. Echinacea, honey.
those I had a red one, an orange one, a peach colored one, and a white one. So I had took seeds off all of them. And what I'm wondering if I didn't get them cold enough for long enough
Oh,
over the winter, the stratification,
right.
I don't know if that solved it. But if I lived in Florida, I wouldn't have the stratification them.
Right.
You
You
know?
would.
So they wouldn't know that. They would, So
Right.
I don't know, but I only had two come up. I put red. I put them right in the order of the color chart. Going downhill to white. The white one come up, the peach one come up, and the orange one come up, but no red. And
Huh.
last year I had so many reds.
That's
So
wild.
I don't know. I could ask Tom if he even bothered to try his. But around that, you can see there's a bunch of milkweed. I've been letting the milkweed flower out, and it smells so good. The flowers, it's like a perfume in the air at night here.
Yeah, I wish I had like a cursor I could. I got a notice today from StreamYard that all these more things you can do on StreamYard. Give me a cursor so I can point things out and make circles around stuff.
Yeah, right above the flower, that big leaf that's flat with a line in the middle of it. That's a milkweed. And the stalk behind it is a milkweed.
Nice.
And it's another little echinacea bud in the front, getting ready to go off in front of it.
So the next one was, I don't know, I'm not sure what this is. Let me show it. Well, that's part of.
That's
Oh, yeah. That's what that
lilies
is.
in the back. Yeah, there's a bunch of lilies from that sale they had.
That
And
lily back, it's got a special name. I can't think of it. It's the one with the dark star something.
stargazer.
Yes, stargazer. That's it.
They smell so good. Oh, it's like those are like perfume. They really smell good. The lilies, I don't ever use them. I don't know what they have. The petals might be edible, like a daylily. A daylily petal is edible, and the buds are edible. But I don't know about the oriental lilies like that.
When you sit these flowers, I thought, you know what? First thing I need to do is look up in that book to find out what medicinal purpose these flowers have, so we can share that as well. But maybe we do that another time.
Yeah. You're pretty much getting it now. In the front, the yellow is yarrow. That's that. It's great
Yarrow.
for cuts and bruises and sprains, and
Now
that one's called moonshine because it's yellow. The name of it is moonshine. So Tim said he had to have it. So he got me two of them. And one isn't doing so hot. One's smaller than the other. I'm going to have to move it. But they look good with those lilies there.
it's I don't know how other people are seeing this. I'm missing some comments, but I want to stay in these photos. The flower, the yellow flowers, and then right below that, I see the leaves. Is that from that flower, or is it from something else?
Yeah,
Does it
that's with a silvery gray
Yeah,
looking. Yep, that's yarrow.
because there's another plant that grows and looks just like that, and it does not flower. I can't think of what it is. That's why I asked. I thought maybe that was your garden or something.
Oh yeah, I know horsetail kind of looks like it.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Think of the name of it.
Horsetail has ephedra in it. So it's a bronchial dilator, and it helps you breathe, but it's also almost like a speed.
That's what I need.
Yeah, ephedra. Yeah, you look it up. Horsetail has ephedra in it. Yeah. When you take a tea, I guess you can
Let's
tell.
switch over the comments real quick just to see. I'll leave that picture up, but I want to see you read the comments. Oh, Brian, LPR shot. Hey, y'all. Hey, Brian, how you doing, buddy? David Gantz, I found a couple of ditch rows that are full of it. Full of what? Full of shit?
Oh, like yarrow. Yeah, by yarrow. Yarrow, the yarrow you find in the wild is white, and that's the one that usually they're talking about. But they all have the medicinal quality.
Uh, there's one on my road trip home every day. Uh, I swear to God, I'm passing Yarrow. One of these days, I'm gonna just stop. Well, it's right alongside the highway, so I don't want to get it because I know it's sprayed and all kinds of shit. But,
Yeah,
yeah, I just want to
yeah,
identify it.
yeah. The yarrow you find in the wild is white. Yeah, those are those lilies.
Lilies. I know lilies because my mom used to have. My mom was real big on roses and lilies. She had lilies everywhere.
Well, they come up so nice and they're cheery. They do last a while, so I like them. I gotta separate them all out. They kind of clump together, kind of thick.
Yeah. Okay.
And see how thick they are up against each other. There's a couple different colors of them. Those are from the kill carts there, at Home
Awesome.
Depot, Lowe's or whatever.
Get it for $1 at home and make something beautiful out of it. I love it.
You know, you just keep them watered and happy. You know, like a baby. Like I said, they only want so many things. You know,
Yeah.
bright sunlight and
Jamie Materials watch. Hey, Jamie. Good to see you.
some people. It's just my thing. It's my garden gnome.
I had to share that. I had to
his
share.
his little mushrooms light up, and you
Oh,
see the
really? That's cool
yeah,
as shit.
you can see the yarrow behind him. Right beside him,
Yeah.
that leaf on the right is a mullein leaf that was growing there,
Wow.
and then the milkweed up behind it. The big flat leaves of the milkweed.
Right?
But that was one of the mullein that all of a sudden just decided to come up.
Cool.
They
Mullen's been
decided,
really popular this year. Everybody's getting mullen everywhere.
yes, people have been saying that their mullein is flowering the first year now, and they're wondering if human predation isn't making it change.
Hey, that's what I call when people get down on me because I say this. I can't think.
The evolution of it.
Revolution.
Yep,
Yeah, revolution.
yep. They evolve, you know. Yep, that's one of
Evolve.
those
Yeah, that's a
Shasta
good.
daisies. That's like a hybrid of the regular daisies you see beside the road and stuff. They're just made to be sturdier and in a garden. Shasta daisies. They say they have the same properties in them as the echinacea, but just not as much.
Oh,
If you look
all
them
right.
up, they have some qualities to them.
That's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yep, they do. They have some qualities to them. It's not as good as echinacea, but the black-eyed Susans, they do too.
The guest we're having on next week goes into a thing about Black-Eyed Susan. There's another one that looks a lot like the Black-Eyed Susan that she talked about. I can't think of what it is. Do you know what I might be talking about?
It has a cone top in the middle,
Yes.
right? Yeah,
Yes.
can't think of the name of it. No, we
Yeah.
don't have them here. I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it. We don't have them here. Uh,
There we go.
you
Beautiful.
yeah, that's another mullein leaf right in the front and the bottom. And then my little gnome guy, and then the delphinium flowers, they're all falling over. We had rain and they stood up tall and then they fell over. And the milkweed's kind of holding them up.
I kind of get sturdier, stronger, stand up when I get wet.
Yeah, they're pretty top heavy. That's a lot of flowers. And I went out today and it looks kind of funny. They're all losing their blue petals and they're kind of sprinkled all over those white daisies that are right beside them.
Oh,
And
wow. That's cool.
it looks kind of neat, you know.
There's one of these. You had another picture of one of these that was a whole lot darker and very vibrant. I didn't get a chance to download that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it just depends on if it's in the shade or in the sun, the color of the hue or the blue. I had two of them, but something ate the other one. It started to come up this year, and
Some
then you
of
could see where it got munched off, and it was only little. And I
There's
think
one
maybe
turtle.
slugs. Yeah, I think maybe slugs got it.
I was thinking turtle.
Yeah, wouldn't have. Yeah, little
Slug.
slug.
Now this one I know what is. This one is mugwort.
Yep, that's mugwort in my dehydrator. And that,
That's
if you
cool.
smoke it, it's supposed to give you vivid dreams, and it's the sister to Artemisia. It's the sister to wormwood.
Wormwood.
Yep.
Shit, I thought I had more herbs that I downloaded. Maybe I don't. You can tell us what this. I know part
Yep,
of that.
yeah, that's the dehydrator again with some mullein leaves, so the green on the left, and the
You know,
yellow,
the
all those mullein flowers.
okay. The flower, the red flowers look a lot like shit. What was I trying to think of? I was going to get some for you.
Yep, hibiscus.
Hibiscus, yes.
Yep,
Look like hibiscus.
yep. Tim got, I don't know, 3 of them up there at Home Depot on sale. It was like $3 a piece. So I've been plucking a couple flowers a day. But
You can't
those,
beat that.
no, I can bring them in and they'll survive as a house plant. Put them back out next year.
Mullen plants.
You can see how the mullein flowers, one day I picked that many on the left. The next day is that many on the right in the front. And then just a few the next day, putting them in.
I might have it. I don't know. Let me see if I do or not. I don't know. I just haven't downloaded them on here on StreamYard. I tried to download as many as I could to be prepared. They said I'm not all the way prepared. I apologize.
I'm surprised you got that many up.
Well, here you go. Let's see. Well, I can do them as we go.
The hibiscus is good for hair treatments, and Charlene gave me a recipe for some blueberry hibiscus mead. So I'm trying to get up enough hibiscus flowers to make the mead. And the mullein, that's everybody, they smoke it or use it for inhalation. There's more mugwort and a little bit of sage up there.
Sage.
Yep, those were the very tiny leaves that I stripped off because I keep the stalks off everything, and I dry the stalks too. But you grind them up. You add a little, I put them all together, and grind them up. Put a little bit of water in them, and you can make your own incense.
And that's something we talked about in the past too, is mixing and blending different herbs together to get different effects or more effects.
Right. That's what I did today when I put the calendula in the ear oil. I added it. It wasn't on the recipe, but I added it because the next recipe used them. So I knew they were okay to put in your ear. And I started them from seed. They're, I don't know, 1.5 feet tall now. And those are marigolds. You take those and burn them when you're out at the campfire and stuff. It'll keep the bugs away.
Nice.
And I'm going to let some go to seed if you let them. Is what?
Good, mate. I'm saying, are you all getting this information? This is good information. I hope you all are writing this down.
I'm not pretty much book learned as much as I'm I do them. My boyfriend says I'll reach down and I'll grab a leaf and smell it, and I'll go, "That's what I thought that was," because I can tell by the smell of it and stuff. He's always, "What's this?" Or I went across the street. There's an abandoned house across the street from Tim's. And I tiptoed across the street and got St. John's wort over there yesterday. Well, a couple days ago. And dried that out. But there's a bunch of warnings on that. If you take any antidepressants and stuff like that, it works against it. It's kind of like...
I do both. I take blood pressure medicine and antidepressants. So John Ward, no way.
Yeah, it's not worth it. If you were starting out fresh, That's a bunch of bee balm, I do believe. It's pointy on the end, so that's bee balm.
Bee balm. Yeah, it's got that
Yeah,
thing of
bee balm.
something
Yep.
that leaves look like arrowhead.
Yep, you have to watch that because bee balm will get that white milky mold disease.
Oh shit. Yeah.
You have to watch for that. And
Forgot about that.
if you take in when they just start coming up and they're really starting to grow well, you slice them right off the top and cut them down a bit. And when they grow back up, they kind of spread out and they get more air in there and they're not so likely to get it. But
Yeah. It's the moisture in the air they get it from, right?
well, they're so thick, you know, they get it. And it's
Yeah,
just
let's
one of
go.
the things, you know,
Air.
that bee balm you got to watch for. But some people like the tea, and I
But
think that's what they
now
use.
there's bee balm is big on the fact that I can't even think what it's good for.
It's not an antidepressant, but it's one of those things like smelling lemons lightens
Right.
your mood, and it makes a really nice tea. It's a good carrier tea, and they used to call it Mormon tea.
Mormon tea.
Yeah, Mormon tea, Monarda.
It's so bad anymore. If you say it though, all of it comes back. It's Mormon tea.
Yeah, Mormon tea. I think it's what they used in the Boston Tea Party when they threw the bales of tea over the edge. They threw Monarda over because they
You
didn't
know,
throw the good English tea over. Yeah, they wanted things that they had readily available.
another one.
Yeah, there's a bunch of sage that I was drying in the
Sage.
dehydrator. Yeah,
I need to find out what dehydrator you got so I can start doing that. Not that I have enough plants to do a dehydrator, but
it's some bone collector. I think it was for hunting and making jerky and stuff. That's how they advertised it. But sage, I use it in pork roast or when you're making pork chops, or it's good for your hair. I don't know about the medicinal qualities. It's supposed to be anti-bacterial, I think sage is.
you know, I found if I haven't already said this before, there's so many plants out there that are anti-inflammatory. Almost every plant you find, you're going to see anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
That's what I need. I need all the plants.
Yeah, anti this, anti that. It's got all the antis.
Yeah.
Like garlic does, it's antibacterial, antifungal, and anti-inflammatory. So
Well,
it has
Shadow, before you leave,
oh, that would be great. Yes.
Toby's in the house. How you doing, Toby? Thanks for
Hi.
doing that little video you did for me, Toby, on that barbecue sauce. That was pretty cool. Appreciate that.
It is good. That barbecue sauce is good. I am doing your coffee.
Oh, coffee. You're going to be up all night.
Gosh, it smells so good.
I know. I love the smell of that. I made a shitload of that, too. I think I got 2 cases of that. Coffee. What I like about that, and tell me if I'm wrong, or I'll let you tell. Put words in your mouth.
It's like reminds me of my mother's black coffee. When she drank her coffee black. So it reminds me of my mother's black coffee. It would really be good with a vanilla ice cream.
Sorry.
Bless you. Make
Thank
a
you.
shake out of it or something.
Yeah, I have people that drink that on a regular basis. They'll get that from me. They drink it on a regular basis. They said they like it like a morning after, a night out or something,
Yeah.
with their coffee.
Yeah. I could see. Yeah,
Kind of
I
like
could see.
Bailey's. If you,
I like amaretto in my coffee or my hot cocoa. You put amaretto in it. Oh yeah. So that's what I would do it.
I love
Around here, Allen's Coffee Brandy is like the best seller, and it's the coffee brandy stuff. It's Maine's liquor, you know. It's everybody kids about it, but that would dress that up nice. That would give it a kick. It sure would.
Toby says, I'm okay. What are you two drinking? Well, Toby, I'm drinking the last of my protein. It's gone. That's it. I made a mixed drink with that Diet Coke. That's what I'm drinking. Miss Lisa's drinking some coffee moonshine.
And I have root beer and root beer schnapps in my cup that Charlene made me.
You got root beer schnapps?
Root beer schnapps, yeah.
Cup out. Oh my God, I got to put you in the big screen. That's cool. How do I put you? I got to figure out how to put you in the big screen. Slow layout. There we go.
There we go. Charlene made me the cup. It's got little sparkles in it here.
Awesome.
And sparkles
my
go down.
That's cool as shit.
It was her.
I love it. She does awesome work. I can't wait to get
She
my
does,
cup.
and it's a great cup. It's got that little dent there, you know, come up and you can hold on to it good. And the top.
Yeah,
stays
that
on.
too. That the narrow bottom like that, I set the cup holder in the car real well too.
Yep.
Or a boat or whatever.
I mean, it's even on the bottom. That stuff is right on the bottom, nice and smooth. You know, and I'm not easy with stuff, and it's not chipped, and it's not, you know, it's a good cup. She does a great job with them.
That's important.
I worked a lot with resin, and it's a pain in the butt sometimes, and she does an awesome job. Just that paint in its own.
A lot of those that I got from Makeva, the paint has faded, and not on the cups or the tumblers, but she did some coffee cups for me, and I have one left that I drink out of all the time. It's faded real bad.
Yeah.
I need some new ones. Then Toby goes on to say, I went to Tall Pines Moonshine the other day and got some really good coffee mocha. Interesting. Because I know that Tall Pines does a peach. Toby, next time you're at Tall Pines, get their peach, buddy. You won't be disappointed. You like my peach? Drink that peach. Try that peach here at Tall Pines. That's good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff, Papa.
Yes. I was excited about the coffee. You had sent me a little nip bottle of coffee before. And, I was like, oh, that's really good. So when I saw that in there, I was very excited.
That's too bad, Toby. I know I can't make it. He's talking about he can't make it to the Philbillies Moonshine Full Moon Festival. I can't make it. I'd love to. I would love to be there, but you know, there's too many festivals. It's like I wish I could go to every one. I wish I was rich and retired. I would be at every one of them. I promise you that.
I see Big Easy's got one going on too, October.
Oh, really?
October, yeah.
Now, I do plan on going to that one in October of Cyrus and Zach's there at Fort Smith, Arkansas. So, Toby, I will be there. I know you're in that area, Toby, so I hope to hook up with you there. It's October 4th. I will definitely be there. I already told them I need to book my room and flight. I need to do that soon. I've been putting it off and not doing it. One of those things I put on the back burner and I'm going to regret later. Damn it. Now I got to drive. Wait till the last minute and have to drive and sleep in my car. I plan on hooking up with Wayne while I'm out there.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. I did have a couple more herbs, I think, maybe. What was the last one I showed? Can't remember. Did we show this one? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, we showed that one.
That's the mugwort.
We showed
That
that one.
Yeah. Yep.
We showed that one.
That was bee balm. That
We
one's
showed
safe.
was that sage?
Yep.
I thought
Yep.
it was basil. My bad.
That's
Whatever.
lemon thyme, and I just shaved the top. It was starting to flower, so I just shaved the top off the plant. It's real tiny, tiny leaves, and it was dry the next day because it's real tiny. And I shoved it in a baggie, and I come walking in, and Tim goes, "I can smell that as lemon. What do you got, lemon?" And you could smell that's how strong the lemon scent is of that. But that
Yeah,
would be good, just like thyme.
I did my mint. I trimmed some of it. It didn't take long at all for it to dry out, but it's not. It doesn't have a very strong mint smell, not much at all. So damn it. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed, but it's not growing real well either. I've got like 6 herbs out there growing. They're not doing very well. I think the reason why is the flower beds I put them in is they're old beds. They have that same old dirt. I didn't churn it up, and I didn't add any more new soil to it. So they're not. They're just kind of hanging on.
Osmocote. You go and buy Osmocote. It's a fertilizer. I swear by that stuff, man.
I do too, Lisa. I have some. I just didn't do it. It's just one of those things. Me putting off. Kind of like Randy Thompson. I got all these same things going on at one time.
Yeah, I got a package of just about a little bit of everything I got going to you here. It's all labeled out in little baggies.
That's awesome, sure. I appreciate that.
The old vacuum sealer thing there. Start vacuum sealing everything. And
Toby says, I'm pissed. My dispatcher told me he would get me there, but I'm headed to Reno. And I plan to be at the one in Arkansas. Awesome, Toby. I can't wait to see you, buddy.
nice.
We'll have to do some barbecuing together. Hell yeah.
And,
that'd be cool.
but I take in, like, I harvest things like every day. I'll take a little bit of like the mullein flowers, but when I say they're dry, I put them in their own baggie and I store them all together, but they're all in individual baggies. That way, if one of them is a little bit funky, you don't lose the whole bag. You know, you only lose that one little bag that you put in there. I did that with my mullein too, because mullein, you know, it's pretty precious if you're going to be smoking it and using it for, you know, smoke, you know, the emphysema and all that, you know, so you don't want to contaminate it with mold. So with the mullein, whenever I pick a couple mullein leaves and dry them out, I'll put them in a baggie, and all those baggies go in the same big bag, you know, and that way, one of them is really funky, I don't lose the whole big bag of mullein.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah.
You want to keep them separate, and you know, once they've been in there a couple months and nobody's acting funky in there, gone moldy, or you know, looks discolored, you know, the white clover does that. I'll pick the white clover. They look beautiful in white, but by the time you dry them, they look brown, you know. And so I was looking up some of the stuff on like Amazon and shit if you bought it, and they look the same. So, you know, mine isn't like faulty. It's just how it goes. It's like, you know, the dandelion. If you don't dry them immediately, you got a tray full of fluff. It just goes to fluff on you. So, you know, it's.
I know. What was it? Last week I had to run to the post office, and as I was leaving, I noticed the front part of the lawn of the post office was covered in white clover. I wanted so bad to pull over, but I stopped myself and thought, no, you know, this is right where they're spraying everything. You got traffic. No, you don't want that anyway. So I was like, oh, just keep going.
Yep, I got some red clover and some white clover. I'll send you too. That little pack.
The guest we're having next Monday, she did a little bit part on red clover, she came across a big old patch of this shit. I got a video of it, and it's like, wow. It's like, holy crap. The red clover, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's got some other. I've got a couple of the videos that she did. You guys are gonna love her. She's a sweetheart. Um, she's got some property in Florida. I think she's from Georgia. She's a Georgia peach, and she bought some property in Florida. She's in the process of moving and transitioning and whatnot. But once in a while, she'll do a trip to Florida and see how the property is doing and whatnot. And I swear to God, she's got these fields. You'd swear that these herbs were planted there because they look like they're in rows. It's like, what the hell? But she's got a couple of fields that's just full of shit. You're like, oh my God, I need to come see you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice.
I know it's North Florida. It's what, 5 hours from me? I'll drive.
Yes.
I'll go over that shitload.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I go out whenever Tim says he's gonna mow the lawn, man. I'm like Speedy Gonzalez in front of him. I'm collecting up plantain and the white clover heads and stuff.
Wait,
Four-leaf clovers.
I go through it every week because I get so behind on my shit and stuff that I need to do or have to do. And I go to mow the lawn. It's like, damn it, I didn't go check out this weed that I saw and identify it. I didn't identify it. And I hate the mow it, so I go around them. My wife's like, you missed the spot. No, I did it on purpose. I didn't miss it.
He used to do lawn mowing professional, so he likes his little striping and stuff. And I went around once, and he went around the coneflower, went around the plantain. He's like, I didn't know if that was something you wanted, and the lawn looked funky as hell. I go around, dig them up, and put them in the flower gardens. It's pretty funny.
There was one that last week, so it was right up against the fence. And I haven't identified this yet, but I know it's something. I just know it. Every time it's all in my yard too. It's not like they grow in clusters. You see one here, and one way over there, and one over there, but they're all the same. And I need to identify it soon. Because there's one that was growing right up against my fence. It was huge, and so I made sure that I weed eated around it. Right, it's up against the fence, so I need to weed eat around it. Left it on purpose. I'll be goddamn! I didn't go out there and mow right over this. I was like, God damn it!
Yeah, yeah.
And there was one of the same one that was out in my front yard, right at the sidewalk, right at the edge of the sidewalk. And you can see I've been missing it, and I let this thing grow. It's starting to get big, right? It's probably 2 feet tall now. It's got these little tiny flowers coming off of it. And I'm like, man, I need to find out what this is. And I found it, so I thought, you know what? Instead of letting it sit here, somebody's going to come by and kick it or something. Because it's right on the sidewalk. So I dug it up, and I transplanted it. I put it in a pot. I was like, well, at least I'll have one at the end. By the end of all this, I'll have one. But I need to identify it as soon as I can, just so I know, am I wasting my time, or is this something I want to keep? Or
Yeah, yeah. And that was us with the butterfly weed, the pleurisy root. It came with a snowplow, plowed it down the street, and it ended up at the end of the driveway. And I was like, wow, that's really pretty. I wonder what it is. So I looked it up, and that's what it was pleurisy root. So last year I collected seeds, and they came up wicked good. Every one of them came up. But it's good for the butterflies, the monarchs, and the swallowtails, and all that stuff. And they're supposed to be laying their eggs and stuff on it. But the milkweed right now is flowered, and it is smelling so good out there. It's just like perfume in the air. It's wicked nice.
I've got a couple of orchids here that do that. It's like, oh my God, if you could bottle that, oh my God, you'd be rich.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh my God. Just walking out the door, you're like, oh my goodness. And one of my neighbors got jasmine. I smell that every time I come outside.
Yeah. That's a nice
one. Years ago, when I was into getting into nature and getting into this kind of stuff, I was a big part of the National Wildlife Federation. and turn my backyard into a national wildlife habitat. You can do that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I wanted to point that out. I keep forgetting, but I pointed out now that if you guys are interested in that and becoming part of the national wildlife habitat, look it up. I forget. Next week I'll post the website, if not the week after. But National Wildlife Federation, you can get your backyard or your yard recognized as a natural habitat. So, and what that does, just to let you know, it doesn't always work on all homeowner associations. Not mine. Mine sucks. I hate my homeowner association. But you can get it to where HOA can't say shit about it because you're sanctioned.
Yeah.
You're providing
Right.
for wildlife. And I know a lot of homeowner associations recognize that, so therefore they can't come knocking on your door. Hey, you need to mow your fucking yard.
All
But
right.
I am recognized as the National Wildlife Federation. I got a sign on my fence that says that I am. It didn't work so well with the homeowner association on my end, but I still like to do it. And when I first started doing it, I planted passion flower. And that shit went wild. It went crazy. And I had more butterflies in my yard. Oh my God. They were everywhere. And they come back every year. Every year, they just butterfly,
Yep.
butterfly. The passion flower attracted the monarch and the queen monarch. The queen, or I should say the queen butterfly, it looks a lot like a monarch, but it's not. When you see them, you can tell the difference. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And I miss it. I wish I need to grow it back.
They're saying something about the monarch can smell the milkweed miles away.
Yep.
And
You're right.
it smells absolutely beautiful.
Another one that they like is the American Beauty Berry. That's real popular here in Florida. And you can eat the berries off the American Beauty Berry as well as the flowers and the leaves.
Yes,
And,
beautiful. Those.
The berries you have to pick at a specific time though, or they are poisonous. So that's kind of real iffy ones.
Yeah. Probably gotta let them ripen up just right.
They got it. Yeah, it's weird. And there's a lot of descriptions out there about it and how to identify when it is edible. But if you eat it too soon, you're going to get some really bad stomach pains.
Yeah, they're pretty though.
All right,
Maybe-
Toby. Okay, Toby. Toby keeps showing the bell. There you go, Toby.
The rose geranium. It's a citronella geranium. It's used to make bug spray and stuff, but it smells just like roses when you crinkle up the flowers of it, the leaves of it. It smells just like roses. And I use it to make a bug spray, so the bugs don't bother you. And around here, sometimes the mosquitoes get thick. This year was different, but
I know last year
really good.
the mosquitoes are real bad here. And what was weird about the mosquitoes here is they were teeny tiny. I mean, they almost look like a gnat. And the reason they were so bad here at my house, I want you to drunk. No, I got to work it more. I want to be signing off here soon, Toby. But my next door neighbor's got a pool and he lets it go. It attracts mosquitoes.
Yep.
And I told this story last night on the collective that I'm sitting out here in the shed one night on live. Mosquitoes are eating me up. I mean, they were just going. I was like, God damn it! So I'm looking around, looking for the shelf, I'm looking for something for a bug spray. Only thing I find is still up there is Raid. Do not ever put Raid on your skin.
No.
Don't. I learned the hard way. Oh my God, that shit burned for a week. My skin was just on fire.
Yeah. Yep. That was one of the things that they say for self-defense is to put a hornet spray in your car because it shoots fucking 20 feet.
It
So
does.
you could lay somebody right out at 20 feet, and
I
that
can
shit,
see it lay 'em out.
it will lay them out.
They won't be attacking you anymore. It'll be like, ah!
Yep. And that's one of the things for self-defense, because you can't get caught with a bat in your car, because it's premeditated.
Right.
So you got to have the ball and the catcher's mitt in your car too. But Raid, they I spray it in my mailbox before I open my mailbox or something. It's they can't get you for that. But
I just
I
bought
had it in my hand. It went off in his face. I'm sorry, but it works on dogs
it. The
too.
first thing I have in my hand is right there. Looks
Yeah,
at me.
it works good on dogs too.
Just bought at Home Depot. Here's the receipt.
Yep. But that's one of the things the self-defense class was saying. If you can't afford mace, buy Raid.
I like it.
Hornet
Buy-
spray.
Raid! Oh,
Well, the big thing is they can't see to run, so then you beat the crap out of that son of
yeah.
because they
Take their
can't
wallet.
see to go nowhere.
You can't see what's going on. Take their wallet. Run.
Yeah, we're gonna pay back. But that was one of those things for Raid. I gotta make the bugs killer there to get the little chrome beetles, little Japanese beetles, off my morning glories. You see, they're eating the morning glories up a little bit, and they like them lilies too, because then lilies are nice and sweet. So I gotta make it. It's rubbing alcohol and water, half and half, a little bit less water, but rubbing alcohol and water, and you put a teaspoon of Dawn dish soap in there, and when you spray it, it coats them with that Dawn dish soap sticks to them.
Right.
Yep. And if it doesn't stick to them, it sticks to the plant a little bit, and it makes the plant taste funny, and they won't eat it. They won't go after it again.
Oh.
So that's what I use for spraying for bugs, and
Good.
so I got to do that. You see, they're
Yeah.
eating.
I
And
need
the
to
morning
get,
glories, I
get
did
some
the flying saucer ones, and the heavenly blue, the ones people supposedly trip off and stuff. And I said that's kind of funny, I'll let them go to seed, and next year I'll have all natural seeds, that haven't been, defungitized and all that you buy at Walmart when you buy them.
right.
That's in that big raised bed that Tim made.
Ready to make myself a raised bed. I just purchased some chiffon, and I'm going to plant those in my raised bed. I'm also going to make what? Chiffon?
Oh, chiffon?
Chiffon.
Hmm.
Am I saying it right?
I think so. I think I looked it up a little while ago too. You had said something, but we don't have them here.
It's the most expensive herb you can ever buy. They say it's like
saffron.
buying gold.
Saffron.
Saffron. Well,
Yep.
it's chiffon.
Yep. The little crocuses.
Right.
Yep. I get you now. The little calyxes on the pestils that come up is what you take. The little, like on the lilies have them. They have them little dusty things of pollen. Yeah,
And they
saffron.
bloom once a year. They bloom.
Yep, the crocuses. Yep. Neat.
Yeah, it's not what's it called? It's something. It kind of caught me by surprise. They don't call it a bulb. It's called something else.
Yep, saffron crocus.
Yeah, what's it called? There's what's the root called? The bulb.
Saffron. The little.
Yeah, no, there's another name for it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I can't think of it. Anyway, but I'm planning on doing a raised bed for that, and I think I got like 48 of them coming.
Yep. They don't like to be wet. They'll rot bulb. So you gotta
You're right.
Yep,
Absolutely.
drainage. Yep. Tim got some African violets up there at Lowe's the other day for me.
Oh,
And
wow.
they'll rot. African violets in the
Yes.
house. Yeah. And they'll rot quick if you let them get too wet.
Yeah. Gotta have
There
good
was
drainage.
yeah, you got 2 aloe plants. It was like $2 for them. So
Yeah.
they'll grow quick once they get here and getting taken care of and repotted and stuff. So I like African violets, but the aloe is perfect. First aid.
Yeah. That's something I need. My mom always had it around the house all the time. Was the aloe.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I swear by it, especially for sunburns. Oh my God. You can't
Yep.
beat it. You cannot beat it. You can't.
So
I'll
you
argue
got
with you all long.
I use
Oh,
them like a plant, so
I just found a better picture. I gotta show this. Because it showed the tubular. Yeah. Oh my God, I love this flower.
the
There you go.
coreopsis. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. The Jethro Tull coreopsis.
I love it. I love
Like,
the petals are tubes. The tubular.
Yep.
Love it. Butterflies and hummingbirds love that.
Yeah, they do. Yep. There's all kinds of coreopsis. The tick seed coreopsis and I can't think of the other one that are real popular. There was one on sale up there the other day, and I said no because I really like this coreopsis, and you don't use them. They're just really cool, you know.
Here's what this is. This, yeah, you sent me this one. I love this flower too. There's another one I gotta show you that I absolutely love. Let me open this up. It's got a download. I love this flower.
No, that's the bee balm. Yep. Yep, that's the bee balm. It's
It almost,
raspberry.
it almost looks like it's going through a frost.
Yep, it was wet. Yep, it rained. I took pictures of it, said the dots on it. But those are tubular too. Those petals are tubular.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're real tubular.
I don't know what it is I like about tubular flowers. That's me.
But
Here's
that's the
another
one
one
that gets mold easy.
that looks like it's frost.
Oh, the buds, maybe.
Yeah, it's open. Here we go.
Bud. Yep, that's the bee balm buds that haven't
I
been made
love
yet. Yeah, they're
Those
coming.
are amazing.
Yeah, it was raining, and I went out and took pictures of everything with drops on it. And,
Sweetheart, you've got some amazing flowers in your garden. I'm envious. I really am. My yard looks so much shitty. Oh, and here we go. Here's another one. I keep saying that. I should wait till it uploads, right?
Yep, that's that delphinium. Yeah, that's in the shade. It looks kind of purple.
Lord, my favorite color is purple. I love it.
And in the sunlight, it's light blue, light blue. And
Right.
the little white petals are all separate in the middle. They call it a bee in the middle. I don't know, it does kind of look like a bee. They call it a bee in the middle. And that started to go to seed now, so I'm just waiting for it to finish going to seed. It's got I don't know, half of it is still blooming. But that came up really well. I'm excited to get some seeds off it
Here we go.
this year. I have butterfly weed and milkweed seeds too. I have enough so I could send everybody some if they want some. That's Sweet William right there. That they say it's a biennial. Like on the left-hand side, you see some leaves that look like they're doing really well. That will flower next year. And I have a ton of seeds for that too.
That there looks to me like pansy.
Yeah, yeah, they smell so good. It's actually part of the carnation family.
Carnation. Yeah, there you go.
Yep,
Yeah, that's what
yep, it's
I
part of the
said. Pansy.
carnation.
Yeah. I said pansy. I'm a carnation.
Yep, yep.
Dude,
And it's
dude.
and the seeds from next year grow up and then they flower the second year. And I have a bunch of seeds to that too.
And here's something I didn't add and show. Lisa Day's raised bed herb garden.
Yeah, that's the mess. Uh, there's a bunch of morning glories in the back behind the lighthouse. You can see they go up the fence.
Cool.
And on the left, there is a calendula flower. And then you can just see the spikes going up in the air, the chives. And then all you can see is calendula, but there's rosemary in there and there's sage in there. But all you can see is the calendula in the front, and you can see the chives standing up tall. That's all you can really see. But there's some English ivy that comes down over the front of it and grows nice. But there's thyme all along inside there too, like a little mat of really small thyme.
Yeah,
Really
see that. Yeah.
so
You got one little cluster to the left and one to the right.
is the
Is
what?
that right? I said you got one little cluster to the left and one to the right. Is that time?
Thyme would be way out on the edges. I don't even think you can see it in that picture.
Oh, okay.
It'd be thyme. They're really tiny.
So what are the spiny shoots coming out?
The
thought that
spiky looking things are chives.
Chives.
Yep,
Okay.
they'll come up every year. And there's sage in there if you know where to look, like where that lighthouse is. Right to the left of it, there's a sage plant.
Okay. I was thinking to the right.
You can see the different.
What's
And
to the right of the White House?
another chive. There's three.
Yeah. What's
There's
to the right of the chive?
probably another sage and
That's what I
the
thought.
calendulas in the front. The really brighter green in the front is the calendula, and the sage has more thin leaves. You can see it probably if you blew that up or cared enough to. You could see it. But that's that butterfly weed. That's
There
the
you
one
go.
that
I downloaded more than I thought I did.
yeah, that's the Indians called that pleurisy root. They used it for emphysema and pneumonia and breathing problems, and they called it pleurisy root. But I have a bunch of seeds to that too. It's a beautiful orange, and then it gets those pods like milkweed does, but they stand up straight, and I don't know, they look like little spears standing up. They're really pretty. Yeah, they're really pretty. That's flowered out right now, and it's I don't know, it's as big around as I can put my arms around, probably, of a bunch of it. And I take seeds off it, and they came up. I planted 24 of them, and all 24 came up. And I lost one because I knocked it over with the watering gun.
Oh,
But
shit.
that the snowplow brought down the driveway. That's how I found that one. Well, how he
What?
found it. So, but I like to collect seeds. You wait until everything's done and collect seeds and try to start them and go. A lot of my stuff's come from that. Him buying them at Lowe's and stuff. He'll go to the kill section there, and he'll take a picture of the rack, and he'll go, anything you want there, and I'll say if something's worth getting. Oh, he knows I'll say no, because I want them all, but I try to pick and choose what's good and what I can save, and what's worth it, because they mark them down, it'll be $2 a pot, and
Can't beat
a
that.
lot of them.
I just gonna go to the trash. So, yeah, they're gonna mark it way down, otherwise it's going to the trash.
Yeah, that's what they do. They don't take care of
$2 $0.
Yeah, he brought home 2 rose bushes, and
David Dance. Thanks for coming
They
in,
were-
buddy.
Bye, Dave. They were so pitiful looking, and now there's like 7 blossoms on each of them. And it's only
That's
been a
awesome.
couple weeks that he's brought them home. So they just needed some care. They needed somebody to trim them back and put them in the right light. And
Talk to him and sing to him.
oh yeah, I talked to him. I talked to my clover a lot because I picked the 4-leaf clovers. So I always tell them how thankful I am and how they make a lot of people happy because I send them to
Well,
people. And
you said that, Lisa. They've done a study, and I know you know this. They've done a study on that.
yeah,
If you play hard metal, heavy metal, or rock and roll, or country western, or soothing classical music, or just talk to them. They've done studies on just that.
yeah,
And just talking to them help a lot. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
yeah. My daughter, we had all my weed plants in a row. Maine, it's legal to grow. And she took the one on the end and she yelled at it. And my daughter can be a big bitch, man. She yelled at that thing and she just rah, rah, rah. The rest of the plants are all, 8 feet, 9 feet tall. And here's Danny's little 5-foot plant. It didn't do good. It weren't happy. It just didn't do good.
You don't
but
love me anymore.
I'll tell you, it was just that one plant. It was like Danny'd go right in for it and yell at it.
That's crazy. Another crazy thing, I don't know if you see it. I think we talked about this before, maybe not. How they got this new device out where you put the little clips to the leaves that plays music.
Oh
It's
yeah,
clip-
yeah.
It's
Have you
clipped on the plant.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. I want one. I'm going to give you one. Dude.
Yeah. I was looking at one the other day. They had a leaf, and they hooked electricity to it, and they could see the outside edge of the leaf light up. And then they tore the leaf in half, and they did it again, and the leaf still imagined it had the edges. It went all the way around like it was supposed to. The leaf
Wow.
imagined that it was whole. It didn't know it was broken.
That's
And
crazy.
It's kind of neat. And they have energy that they make things out of copper the spirals and that you put in your garden. And it's supposed to help with the energy and the stuff in your garden.
I can't help. I couldn't help when you said spirals. Oh, a worm in a jar. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You better make sure nobody's got that copyrighted.
No, don't. No, you better patent that. You better patent it. Right away.
Yeah, patting it right up. Oh, it's discouraging. I'm sorry that happened.
No, it's all good. I don't mean to get back on that subject, but I really feel for the guy. He's a really good guy. He really is. And he's got a lot going on, and I hope everything gets straightened out. I hope everything works for him. I really do. And I just, after this last incident and everything that went on and everything that's been said, I hope the best for him. I really do. It wasn't like I went out there and I stole a product from him. He accused me of stealing his recipes for a drink. One time I went out there, I had cherry, he had chocolate. I said, dude, we need to mix it together and try it. He goes, you don't mind? I said, no, let's do it. So we did. It tasted great. So guess what? He came out with a chocolate covered cherry. Oh, cool, awesome. Then I came out with a chocolate covered cherry. He's saying I stole his drink. I'm like, whatever, dude, whatever. We shared that at one point. Now why is it that I'm stealing?
Yeah, I can't. It's the thing, like your friends are going to buy yours. Michaela's going to buy, her friends are going to buy hers. My friends are going to buy mine, It's going to go, you can't, how it goes,
Got a lot of great success with that. I hope, he was talking about he sold a bunch of them already to a restaurant. Dude, that's awesome. I appreciate success. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. That's great. But don't be shunning me and tell me I stole your product. And,
well, and then nasty. I don't like the nasty of it. I don't like the, you can have a conversation, And
I tried to. I really did. I really did.
Yeah.
After the outrage of the phone call, and we were talking, trying to get a word in edgewise. I'm trying to explain myself and talk about it. And then he ended up hanging up. Later, bitch or something to that effect, hung up on me and blocked me, and I'm like, whatever. It is what it is.
It makes this problem worse because
Exactly.
of the dialogue and the viciousness and the nasty. Whereas people could come to a conversation quicker and get it out of the way if they didn't get that raw, you know?
Yeah.
And then once that raw starts, you know, it I
Just
don't
like
like
with
it.
just like with John Miller and Brian Silcott, all that. You know, let's just talk. Let's just talk. Why do you
Yeah,
what?
yeah. I want to
Something.
find out who John Miller gave Tammy's money to.
Yeah, yeah. Well, on that note, you know, I'm really proud of John Miller for coming out and admitting that he did what he did. See,
Yeah.
that's huge. That's huge.
Oh,
It really is.
yeah.
But at the same time, you need to make it right. Not only do you need to make it right, but only time's going to heal. Buddy.
Yeah.
It's going to heal by your good actions. So, John, if you're watching, it blew my mind the other night when we were on there. He said, I only trust one person, and Mark Morgan. I was like, what the fuck? Why me?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's all good, and I appreciate him saying that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It takes a lot to come on and apologize and, you know, own your shit, you know?
Right, and he did. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But again,
You gotta make it right.
it's all going to take time. It's going to take time to heal, and your actions from here forward are only going to say who you really are and how you really feel. And if you're really having remorse over it and everything, and you make right, then cool, awesome. Am I still going to trust you? I'm sorry, no. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No.
But it's good of you to set aside in your head and your mind and that you made remorse and you did the right thing. Cool.
Yeah.
You know, I got a text from Brian Silcott just before I came in here, and I need to text him back. Brian, if you're watching, buddy, I just care. I just want to just leave it as it is, bud, and it is what it is. I don't expect anything from you. Don't want anything from you. I just want to just leave it as it is. Seriously,
Yeah.
I hope the best for you. I wish most success to you and for you. But as far as you and I are concerned, Brian, I just want to just leave it as it is. Buddy.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't care that you make amends with me. I've already forgiven, and so I just want to just move on and forget about it.
Yeah. At some points, you just like, you know, I'm done with it. You go that way, I'll go this way, and we'll just,
Brian, you
you know,
don't need to make amends with me, buddy. It's over. It's done. It is what it is.
yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay with where everything's at. I really am.
Yeah.
Everything's cool. Yeah. You don't need to do what you said you're going to do. You don't. And I'll text him later before I go to bed, and I'll let him know that. And it is what it is. And I hope
Yeah.
he watches. I know at some point Randy's going to watch this. I know he will. It's recorded. People
Coexist.
share that with him. And Randy, I have the most respect for you, dude. I really do. I never stole from you. I never will. And it is what it is. Whether you want to believe me or not, that's up to you, buddy. I just put it out there, and I just spoke the truth, and I'm all right with it in my head. So it's all good.
That's why I say, you know, it's like coexist. At some point, you just got to say, yep, there's the line. I'm done. Coexist. You go that way, I'll go this way.
That's
Yeah.
where I'm at. That's where I'm at. You know, I don't want to prolong it. I don't want to go to where we have a dispute and we have it out on the shit show or whatever like that. I said my piece. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. That's
Yep.
it. I've said my piece. And if
Yeah.
you believe me, great.
Yeah. I don't like the keeping it going when they could have had a conversation, you know, and this one's texting that, and this one's, you know, posting that and this, and, you know, it gets to be just a pissing match, and it makes the initial problem so much worse, you know. So, you know, it's like you got to just draw a line, say, I'm going to coexist with your ass, and I meet you someday, we're going to have to take that day as its own day. You know, that's move forward, start fresh. You know, it's crazy. Oh, we lost him. He must be doing his email or something. Oh, we lost him. He said, I'm gone. Seems to your audience. I don't know. Still says we're live. So I guess he'll pop back in. It still says we're live. I cannot shut it off. He has to. So he'll come back in. But this is the book that I had used. Home Apothecary. That I got the ear thing from. And made that today, so we'll see if it works. Hopefully, you know, the irritation inside somebody's ear, you know, so they're always going like this and playing with their ears. And sometimes with the dogs, I saved one the other day for the dogs. Dogs get that black, they said it was yeast infection in there. They said they wanted to use, I think it was vinegar in there. Don't quote me on that. I'll find the post and get it right. But that was for that black shit inside their ears. And my internet just refreshed. But I don't see Mark in the messages yet. It still says live, so I don't want to just leave it blank. I thought he'd be back by now. I don't know if I leave. I don't know, is anybody watching? Anybody even watching? Who's still with us? Oh, it's not. I'm still here. Computer. There you go. I gotta look at Cassie's, right? Because it's Cassie's. That's live on. Don't leave, he says. There you go. I wondered what to do. Thank you. I don't see it on Cassie's. Oh, Princess Moonshine. Duh. It's been a while since I went there. He says he'll be back, so I think he's playing with his emails. I could have gone badly, sorry. That pause. Sorry. Princess Moonshine, that's probably where it is. Yep, that's where it is. But I don't know if anybody is watching still with us. Get you too. 29 minutes ago. I can't see if anybody's. Well, there's two people. Let's see, we got Mark Morgan's probably one of them.
I'm back.
You're back. I figured the shadow is probably one that's still watching.
They kicked me out of my own live. What the fuck?
I was like, whoops, he's gone. I go,
I saw everything freeze up. I'm like, I don't know if I'm still on or not. I went on talking, like, oh, yeah, so
I'm like, well, it still says we're live, so I don't know. He's got to come back and shut it off because I can't shut it.
I got
Bunch of dead air.
anyway, on a good note, all isn't the same. Looking forward to seeing everybody at Maggie Valley. Got a special guest coming up next week. Somebody I met on TikTok. Can't wait to have her on. She's an herbalist. She's a licensed herbalist. She's also a licensed masseuse. Very attractive girl. Very uppity. I sent her some moonshine to try it. She's not a drinker at all. And she said that in a couple of her videos. She does not like alcohol, but she will drink wine from time to time.
Yeah.
I said, well, you might like the cherry and the low proof stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
Also sent her some barbecue sauce and some candy to try. So she asked me if it'd be okay if she did a review on it. I said, by all means. I sent her a peach and a cherry. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're all low proof, but to her, so somebody that doesn't drink at all, it'll probably be high proof for her. But
Yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
good. Really nice lady. I can't wait for you guys to meet her. She'll be on next Monday. We worked it out. I downloaded a couple of videos and we'll download some more. Like I said, she's a Georgia girl. She's got some property in Florida where she did a lot of foraging, and she's got a lot of videos of her foraging. And a lot of them are mushrooms, which are cool. I love it. It's cool.
Yeah. There's something
Right.
I don't know
The first,
about mushrooms.
me either, Lisa. And I see them everywhere all the time. We drive down the road, see mushrooms. Oh shit, mushrooms! I saw some just yesterday, a big old cluster of them. I was like, damn it, I want to stop.
Yes. Yeah.
But at the same time, it was right in front of an apartment complex. I'm like, yeah, they treat their lawn, chemicals, yada yada. I don't want those.
Yeah. The chicken of the woods. I love chicken of the woods.
She's got a
Mushrooms.
video. She's got a video, and I downloaded it of chicken of the woods and a false chicken of the woods. She shows both.
Yep. Yep.
She,
More
she,
yellow.
knowledgeable. She knows about all her medicinal powers and all that. So I'm anxious to have her on next week. Real sweetheart, she really is. Um, she gets shunned a lot about how she's high maintenance. Well, she's very pretty. She's a bodybuilder and all kinds of stuff. So
Hey, if you can do it.
she's gonna get flack for that. So,
No, if she can do it.
and I know there's
Makeup.
gonna
I
be
look like a weirdo.
I know there's gonna be one question asked during that podcast because she is a masseuse. That one question: do you do happy endings?
Yep. So
I
you
see it
boys
coming.
behave yourselves.
Huh?
So you boys behave yourselves.
Yeah, guys,
Don't
behave
be
yourself,
man, you're hot thing.
right? Behave yourselves, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa, for saying that. If
Yeah.
you don't behave yourself, I'll kick you out.
Yep. Yep. There's a way of complimenting a woman and saying she's very pretty, and there's a way
Yeah.
of making a woman feel uncomfortable
Right.
about being pretty.
Absolutely, absolutely. She doesn't do a lot of makeup, but she does do makeup.
Yeah.
She does a lot of home remedies and stuff. She does a lot of not damn it. I can't.
The oils, the infusions, she make her own oils.
Yes,
Maybe.
that, and she also does a lot of stuff where like meditating. That's what
Oh yeah.
she does. Meditate and stuff like that.
That meditating shit is hard because there's so many distractions, you know. Squirrel, squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel.
Yeah. So
Hey, Keith Taylor, thanks for popping in, buddy. We're just getting ready to sign off. I'm way past my bedtime. Way past. So tomorrow's gonna be a rough day for me. It's all good.
yeah.
Hey, appreciate everybody coming in. Appreciate everybody watching it later and catching all this. Lisa Day, you're awesome. I swear, I say it all the time. You really are. Your flowers and your herbs and your knowledge of all this stuff is just wow.
I'll take some pictures of my failures tomorrow, so we can have Lisa's not perfect day.
All you gotta do is take pictures of mine and say, yeah.
I have some failures that I'll take pictures of, and some of them are pretty funny, you know. You got a 3-foot tall plant, and I've got a little shrubby plant behind it. It's only, 6 inches tall. You can't see it in the garden. It's like, I know it's back there, but you can't see it. That was stupid, So I got to dig it up. I have some mullein that she ain't making it so well, and just mistakes that I've made. We can all learn from.
Hey, you know what? A long time ago, and I think I've said this before. My oldest brother Jeff, who's deceased now, he passed away from lung cancer. Never smoked a day in his life. Got lung
That's
cancer.
crazy.
But he pointed out something to me. And when he first said it, I was floored. I was like, "What the fuck are you even saying? That doesn't make sense." And he was talking about. He says he looks forward to failure. I'm like, dude, nobody looks forward to failure. He says that's the best way to learn,
Yep. Yep.
and I will succeed from my failure.
Yep.
So yeah, it took me a minute to think about it. And I thought about it, I was like, he's spot on.
Yep.
And you talk to any successful businessman or woman, and they'll all tell you the same thing. I learned from my failures. So,
Yep. That's how you do learn. That's how you learn to walk.
don't
That's how
have to do that next time.
Yeah, yeah, you learn, some lessons are more expensive than others.
God knows, I know that's right.
Yeah,
Lisa, like I said, as always, I love having you. You're a super co-host. I need to make you the host and me the co-host. In fact, I thought about this the other day. What I need to do so we're on the same page and you can do things on your end, I need to make you an admin and take Cassie off. And then, and I can always switch it. Like if Cassie and I go live together, I can always switch it back. So that way you can upload videos and pictures and do whatever you want to do.
Sure. Be easier on your computer and,
And
sometimes,
this, swear. Well, I don't want to burn you with having to do more, but I also want to make it to where it's more convenient as well. So
yeah.
that's my idea.
A lot of the stuff that I send you, you have to download. You got to send it to your email and download it. It's quite a few steps, or I've already got it
It's like,
loaded in my computer.
she's got pictures to show. She can just show them.
Yeah, yeah. I've never done that. Even on like the ladies' night there, I've never done that to present. I've seen the button, but I've never done it, so I don't know how to get out of it.
It's really easy. I'll walk you through it. It is so simple. It's not even fun. You saw me doing it tonight. I was downloaded as we were talking,
Yeah.
and there it was. Boop. There, then I could present it. There you go.
Mama B wants to learn, so I sent her a screenshot of the all the controls and stuff. And I'm like, left hand side, right hand side, don't worry about it. Just worry about what's in the middle. Learn those middle ones, because she wants to learn to do it for the Thursday night. And I don't,
That'd be great.
Here in Damon, Damon's the one that sets it up for me, or Santa does. I don't have any, passwords and stuff. They always start it off.
Speaking of those folks, and I think you and I talked about it before, we know that Tom Crumb's into the herbal stuff.
Yes, I was talking to him, waiting for you tonight.
We need to have him on here.
Yeah, he knows quite a bit of stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, we need to get him in here. He's a moonshiner. We're moonshiners.
Yeah.
We're herbalists. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to him. I'll reach out to him. Maybe we'll do that the week after next. So.
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot's going on with the festival, so we'll work it out. We'll have him on. That'd be cool.
Well, come on, he knows a lot of stuff. He's got a couple good books. I've sent him a few books.
Cool.
Things and.
That'd be great. Yeah, I'll give a heads up and invite him, and we'll make it happen. And that way he'll have a heads up too, and he'll be better prepared.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna gind it. I'm gonna gind it.
I get it.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
That's my bedtime.
I gotta go eat.
I'm an hour and a half late, so I hope I'm not that late to work tomorrow.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that.
All right, y'all. Shine on, everybody. Have a great night.
Catch you later, everybody. Good night.
Good night.